Okay, so Ludwig, Hassan Orbiter. All right. He got into trouble recently because he was trying to goad a fellow friend of his, former friend, I don't know, Mingo, Smash player. All right, into tapping into his inner alcoholism. Okay, on stream. And after that happened, Mango sexually harassed several women at Ludwig's party, and Ludwig, in an act of protecting his frontal reputation, all right, he has distanced himself away from Mingo and started smack talking him on stream, all right, even though at the moment of the party Ludwig was encouraging his alcoholism for content. Okay, which is why Ludwig is a backstabbing liar. Okay, backstabbing son of a bitch. Okay, he never cared about his friends, only for using his friends for content until he can no longer use them anymore for the sake of convenience and throw them away under the bus. Okay, he is a piece of shit, just like Hassan. All right, he was okay with it as long as there's no public pressure for him to do something about it. True. Yes. Yep. And then ever since that has happened, Ludwig says you're not allowed to attend any of my parties anymore, and it's good that the Smash tournament that you're going to be a part of dropped you as a competitor, and it's good that Twitch banned you for a year. So this guy's entire career got thrown away because Ludwig decided to goad him into tapping into his alcoholism for content. Okay? And now we have this video called Ludwig is Not a Good Friend, Mango Drama. Let's take a look.
Tried to upload it. I have had a copyright notice from whatever the Ludwig people are, the clip people that do the clips. It seems as though I'm getting copyright strike for using clips, so I'm just going to talk about what I feel with the Ludwig Mango situation. I don't know if you guys recall the aspect of what Ludwig is. Ludwig hosts Burial Cart. Ludwig is a very popular streamer, one of the biggest streamers on the planet, maybe even the biggest streamer on the planet. Who knows? But Ludwig makes a lot of stuff. Now, I want to bring up another issue that I have in general. This is Minx, just the Minx. You don't hear much about Justin Minx anymore. As a matter of fact, it's been quite...
I think Mango is a creep. He was touching that hair, though. Okay, stop. This is not a way to defend... Yes, I am defending Mango, but I'm not denying that what he has done is bad, okay? Like, I'm not going to downplay what Mango did. Like, obviously, he has done sexual harassment. But you got to keep in mind that Ludwig was okay with it. He was okay with giving, goading on Mango enough to the point where he is sexually harassing women. Yeah. And he was perfectly okay with it in the moment. Like, he wasn't stopping him from sexually harassing women. He was being an enabler for content. Okay? They even got a breathalyzer, like a fucking Amazon breathalyzer. So then, they can, like, go, oh my god, can you go any higher? Can you go any higher? In that moment, Ludwig is the sober one. He should have that kind of adult responsibility, right? It's called being a fucking adult. Okay, that's what it means.
some time since Justin Meeks has done a collaborated with Cutie Cinderella or anything of that variety. And I don't like talking about the actual drama of this, but this is very important to get to my point. So she's no longer anywhere. She's just doing her own stuff. She's no longer doing stuff with Jay Schlatt. She's just gone. She's not with Cutie Cinderella. Cutie Cinderella just the mix situation 2 years ago. They've completely axed her from the group and no longer associate with her. She does her own stuff. I'm sure. I don't want to get me. So I haven't seen her in a year. She still streams on Twitch. She still is on Twitch. You can see her streaming on Twitch actively. She still is there.
Selena,
pretty sure she still does regular streams. She streamed last month, recent broadcast last month. So she has her eczema is back. So by all means, I'm pretty sure she's still making money by doing the streaming content in that variety. But the recent situation with Mango shows that they don't care if the person is drunk. They don't care about the aspect of drinking. They love having fun of being drunk, and being drunk is a fun thing to do, especially if you can drink responsibly, which is a stupid statement in its general statement. They even state multiple times, well, Mango's an alcoholic, and he's drunken much more. He's been way worse.
I saw this tweet. The tweet said, Ludwig is the kind of person who would hide his zombie bite in an apocalypse. And I think that's just, oh my god, that's just so true, dude. That's so true. That's just him. Okay, he is the kind of person who would hide a zombie bite. Why? Because he is selfish, because he's evil, he doesn't care about anyone but himself. Alright, yeah, he would hide a zombie bite, actually.
And just humping heads, so he's done worse things, is what I've heard. Because during the clips that I was going to show, they talk about how Mango was 10 times worse before, how he was at a 0.25, I believe, with his blood alcohol content when the...
So bro essayed a woman and the issue is Ludwig. Oh my, because no, you're missing the point, okay? The thing is that I think that Mango is sufficiently punished. He is sufficiently punished, right? He got banned from Twitch. His career is done. He's been kicked out of all of his social circles. He has been effectively canceled. He has been effectively canceled. All right? He's done. But Ludwig is getting none of the flack for essentially encouraging that kind of behavior at the time, and for downplaying and defending and putting all the like responsibility on Mango, even afterwards, right? On his own stream. And when he's called out on it, right? When he's called out on it, what happens? He gets defensive about it, right? He says, how can I take back something that's already been done? How the fuck is already humping something behind someone SA? No, okay, that's not what I was talking about, but whatever.
The legal limit to drive
Oh,
is
you're not talking about
only
me.
0.08. It's a whole thing. It's like an entire mess up diaspora. And Ludwig, I want to put his face on screen so we can actually look at the person that I'm talking about while I speak about him. Ludwig.
Like, why do you think we're having a conversation about this? If it was just a drunk person getting drunk and everyone telling him to stop being so drunk and he was acting like a fucking retard, like, there would be no issue to talk about, literally. Okay? Like, there would be nothing to talk about if it was just a retard acting like a retard. Okay? Or like a drunk person, like a 35-year-old drunk person acting like a 35-year-old drunk person and not, like, being responsible as a person. Like, obviously, there would be no conversation. But the whole reason why there's discourse in the first place and why Ludwig is getting so much flack is because he didn't give a single flying fuck about the situation until it became relevant for him. Right?
You sir, you right here, you man, you human. I do not think you are a bad person. I think you are a business-oriented person. I think you care about the business of what you run. I think you care about making sure that everybody around you is safe. I think you care about running fun events. I think you want to make sure that you don't get canceled or in trouble for just existing and having a fun time. I know that you can't keep up with every small bit of drama that goes on within your life, but I also know that you don't consider these people your friends. I know that you don't consider these people close to you your friends. I want to look at you again. I apologize. I know you don't consider these people to be in any way, shape, or form your actual compatriots, people that you would actually go out of your way for. I'm 100% positive that you would not bring Mango back on stream because of the incident. He has been dropped by his esports organization.
I mean, Ludwig is an awful friend. He didn't care about Mango's health. That's what I'm getting at, okay? Mango can be a villain, all right? That's fine. But the thing is we're not disagreeing with Mango being a villain. No one is disagreeing with that, okay? No one is disagreeing with Mango being a villain, okay? What we're disagreeing on is whether or not Ludwig is a shitty friend, right? That's what the disagreement is, okay? That's where the topic is. The topic isn't about Mango. It's about Ludwig, right?
Probably in a financial move based on Cloud9, based on
no.
what they get from him.
Ninja, what? When did I ever? Why would you assume that about me? What the fuck? I still watch Destiny, and I still admit that what Destiny does is bad, you know? Like, what the fuck? That's fucked up.
Which is basically nothing because the Smash scene is actually very low, but Mango was getting into the upper echelon of getting closer into the Ludwig crew, but he is an alcoholic and he went a bit too far upon humping heads and being generally a nuisance and actively harassing people in a very provocative manner. I am aware of that. I see that. However,
White hair mode.
Ludwig, you knew of his behavior. You knew this. You already knew how he was. You knew how he operated. You knew what he was in general. You knew what he was doing. So same way everybody knew about Just the Minx. Same way Cutie Cinderella knew.
What did he do that was actually bad? I think that I wouldn't say it's sexual assault. Like, I would say like what Mango did was that he was drunk, inebriated, and he was like humping the chair and humping plushies in front of like e-girls at the party. That's what he was doing. Like, he was doing like classic frat bro, like sexual harassment, basically. I'm in Destiny? Oh, Destiny. He didn't get explicit consent from people before he leaked nudes. Sorry, not leaked nudes, but like before he was sharing nudes of other people in private. I guess that was his main sin. Yeah.
About Just the Minx and her drinking habits. It has happened multiple times before. You are aware of how she is. You are aware of how Mango is, and when somebody doesn't fit your criteria.
By the way, that's literally the only thing that you can probably convict Destiny on in terms of that situation. Okay. I believe in explicit consent. I don't believe in implicit consent like that. So yeah, that's it. Yeah. Like I wouldn't share out nudes for you to be sharing them out if you didn't get explicit consent from me constantly, right? Yeah. So no, I don't like defend every one of Destiny's behaviors, okay? I just think that people are just fucking unhinged when it comes to Destiny, okay? I think people have like Destiny derangement syndrome. Like that's it.
Your critique, you push them and ask them out. You don't
I,
advocate to seek
I'm pretty sure my first videos after coming back was like purely anti-Destiny. I wasn't even trying to downplay his shit. Like it was just purely anti-Destiny.
them help. You don't even try to defend them. You just say, oh yeah, you defend them before someone calls them out. You say, oh, he's always this, oh she.
You have to agree that it makes you sus. Well, I mean, you've been watching me for a while. If I am sus to someone first impression, that's understandable. But I'm just saying.
Always does this. It's disgusting to have this be the norm, is what I'm saying. It's disgusting to have this be the regular thing that you do all the time, is what I'm saying. It's annoying to have this happen multiple times, because this is the situation that's
because I'm
happened
the
before, but
embodiment
this time
of
with a different
autism.
sex, a different gender.
Sorry, no, you're
This
fine.
is what's happening. It happened
You're
with a
still my
woman
favorite
before, now
sculptor.
it's happening with
Okay.
a man. Difference being is simply, fourth, you're being called out for it. You're being actively called out for it. And now everybody is saying, oh man, how could Ludwig let this happen? How could you let this happen? I don't think you let this happen, Ludwig. I don't think this was a regular thing you wanted to happen. I don't think you want your situations or events to actually be bad. I don't think you want people to actually be uncomfortable at your events. I don't think for any stretch of the word that you want people to be ruined at the events. I'm 100% positive that you yourself care about the longevity of your business, because you are responsible for a lot of people's livelihoods. So you're doing everything to make sure everything is squeaky clean. And I respect that. I do. It's very important. But do you have any friends? Genuinely, do you have any people that you don't consider business compatriots? Do you have people outside of the Twitch diaspora, the Twitch sphere, this Twitch ethos that are actually your friends? I don't know. If everything feels fake, all of it feels fake, you have become corporate and it feels disgusting. It doesn't feel as though I'm speaking to a genuine person anymore. And that's what it's feeling with everything, because as soon as somebody doesn't fit into the status quo criteria, you get rid of them. You know what happens? One of my friends has a bit of a drunken spill and they end up making people uncomfortable. I make them apologize and I still hang out with the person. It's because I want them to do better, because I don't have any financial incentive to lose or gain here. I don't.
That's right.
Because I care about the growth of people.
True.
Note that I am some random, worthless, minuscule faction of YouTube. I don't matter at all. I don't. I have 1/20th of your entire audience. I have 1/20th of your entire audience. Maybe even less. I have nothing compared to you. I don't. I have nothing even close. I have 100,000 subscribers, and that is just dust in the wind compared to the grand scheme of what you operate on a grand scale. And I've been thinking and mugging over this, and I've been thinking about the copyright strikes I got when I tried to actually add context to this video.
I mean, this YouTuber is like painting Ludwig out to be like the iconic seasonal villain, the villain of the anime season, okay? Which, to be fair, is not entirely like incorrect, okay? This guy Ludwig is kind of the big bad in some scenarios, okay? And I mean, like his situation has nothing to do with Hassan, okay? Yeah, for once, Ludwig drama that doesn't involve Hassan.
So it'd actually be a better video, but I'm just gonna vent because I'm angry. Ludwig, I think you host amazing work. I think you're funny. I think that you are good looking. I enjoy everything you've put out. I enjoy the way you act like you don't have money when you actively do have money. I enjoy how you are the livelihood of people. I enjoy that you are consistent with content. And even if you're feeling bad, I'm pretty sure you don't take breaks. You suck it up and continue to do it. I enjoy the events you host. I enjoy the esports league that you hosted with the Moist Esports. I enjoy the game show you did with Moist Critical. I enjoy all of it, every single piece of it. I enjoy how you collaborate with RDC. I enjoy the anger you display. I enjoy the aspect of how you clickbait titles and videos. I enjoy how you've set a standard for how the streaming industry could go on. But just because I enjoy all these amazing aspects of what you are does not mean that you are immune to critique. You should value your friends. You should value the people closest to you. You should value people that you want at your events. You should call people out when they do something disgusting, not because people outside of your friend group are calling it out and people.
To be fair, I think the reason why somebody might glaze this hard is because, let's just, like, this person has more than 100,000 subscribers, right? Fuck. I mean, like, with the audience that big, fuck, you kind of have to be careful with your audience, especially if there's some overlap.
Will have an issue with it,
You
but
know?
because you yourself
Like for example, I can go as hard as I want into Ludwig because my audience has no overlap with Ludwig, right?
recognize an issue, you are excusing bad behavior, and that's what you did for quite some time. And now, because you didn't pull him to the side and tell him not to do it, or at least limit his alcohol consumption because you wanted a better event and you wanted people to get drunk around you, you have now ruined Mango's life by not giving him a previous intervention before, because it is said by people around you, and also this is a shout out to the people around him that have seen Mango 10 times worse. 10 times worse. Those people are also at fault. The people that called him out, the Valkyrie,
so
the people of
hot.
that variety, I'm proud of you. Senna and all those people, whoever was at the event, I'm proud of you for calling it out and actually staying.
If I was a victim of harassment, okay, it doesn't even have to be sexual harassment, just regular harassment. If I was a victim of harassment, so the reason I say not even sexual harassment is because I want guys to picture yourself in the same scenario, okay? If if some like big dude was like drunk and trying to like go like get past me, bitch, okay, I won't even let you go outside the bar, I won't even let you escape, and it's like trying to like shoulder bump you as much as possible, would you not put some blame on the friend that was on that guy, that big dude's friend sitting in the corner there who doesn't stop him? Would you not? Who doesn't stop him and is just like looking away and going like, "Woo, yeah, let's go! Woo! Yes, get that motherfucker!" Would you not? Think about it, right? Yeah, of course you would, right? His friends that are goading him into harassing you, yeah, of course. Define harassment for the J-Stock bots real quick. I don't know, being a dickhead and not letting you get out of the situation by being a dickhead. I don't know. What else am I supposed to say?
That he was being a nuisance and he was being provocative and making people uncomfortable. That's
Oh, I'm sorry I gave such a normie definition of harassing.
great. That's great. Very frat boy behavior going on. I'm happy that it's getting snuffed out and not being tolerated. That is outstanding and that is great. But it's going on for far too long. It is going on for far too long. All I heard was excuses during the entire live stream because I saw clips and I said, maybe I'm missing some context. So I watched and sat through the entire
According to them, you're harassing Ludwig right now? According to my definition, I'm not.
live stream because I didn't want to mix context because I refuse to be a headline reader. That's disgusting and I hate that. But I saw the entire thing, and during the entire
Wait, are they watching right now? Or are you like giving a hypothetical? What are you talking about?
event, I didn't see Ludwig even talk about it. He was concerned about other aspects of what was going on. Not like you were paying attention to chat. Not like you were doing that. You were paying attention to your friends. You saw your friends were uncomfortable with Mango. And I've seen a lot of people say, well, if the girls were uncomfortable, they should have gotten angry at Mango and lashed out. Do you know how hard it is? How hard it is to, in the moment, when you want everybody to have fun, to actually make a situation awkward? Have you been in a situation like that where you don't want to make everybody feel horrible and disgusting, and you have to accept that one drunken friend that's going too far and talk about it later? Same reason why a lot of people don't talk about being assaulted. For instance, I was assaulted. I got assaulted by a woman. But when I told people about my assault, you know what they said? Oh, as a woman, you should have felt good about it. Because there's a double standard with that. A little bit of a lore drop for you. I talked about it on the channel before. Who cares? Nobody really cares about it. It doesn't really matter. Because when men talk about that stuff, it doesn't matter. And when women talk about it at the party, they view it as, oh, she's being uppity. She's being snarky. She's being annoying. This is stupid. Because people have their stupid opinions and their dumb little things. And I have my stupid little opinions, and I'm going to talk about them because I have a little platform for it. Ludwig Ogden, you have to do better beforehand, not just after the fact, not upon being caught out. I am happy that you actually took affirmative action. That is outstanding. You did a great job with that. Good on you. But it's the fact of the matter that it had to happen afterwards and not during the actual happening of it. Maybe you were too drunk. I'm not quite sure. I've never drank in my life. I don't plan to. I just don't.
Yeah, I mean, like, but if he was drunk at the time, he would have given it as an excuse during the stream, right? What it sounds like is that Ludwig didn't even give an excuse for his enabling of his friend's behavior, right? I don't know.
But please, going forward, make it a note in your mind, in your mental, to actively do more.
This is a little okay. I don't like the tone of this video. Okay, the tone of this video gives off very iDubbbz iDubbbz towards Ethan Klein vibes. Okay, you know, like patronizing, concern trolling. Okay, that's what I think when you're making a hit piece video on him. I think I agree with all the criticisms. I just don't like the tone of this video. But I still agree with them. I still agree with this person. Okay, yeah, that's true. But still, yeah.
I am proud of you, but I
Okay,
am
dude,
also
chill,
disappointed.
chill, 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 chill,
Please
chill,
continue to make amazing content. You're one of my
chill,
favorite
chill.
content creators.
No,
Please do better.
no, chill. Just please chill. Okay, okay, all right. Just chill with the glaze. Okay, the glaze is a little bit too hard. All right.